let's start out with the concept of human potential and thinking about your life, your potential. And let's say you're looking back from your elder years, maybe even, let's say we're at the very end and we're looking back and we're thinking, I wonder, did I maximize potential, my potential? Did I become everything I could become? Did I live as limitlessly as I could have? Do you think anyone has ever actually said yes to that question? To my knowledge, no one ever would have. Like we probably have never seen a human who has lived to the maximum of their potential, right? We all have more that we could experience, more that we could become, more that we could contribute. And of course, we all have I think everybody has a built-in desire to see progress and growth in their lives. And we want, like, it's okay to be extremely grateful and appreciative of what you have and who you are and where you're at in life. But I think all of us still, even if we are extremely happy with what we have, and you might even say content, we still want progress. We still want growth. We still want learning. We love these things. And I would argue that even people who say they are totally content and they don't need any change, I think they're denying something in their DNA that, like, we want things to improve, even if it's just like your house. You want improvement. Everybody does to some degree. And so what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday night with Miguel Sa'a and Keith, and also Gladys is willing to comment and contribute a little bit to this, and I'll contribute some of my experiences. We're going to be talking about seeing your future self, the potential that you have to create a better future self, and understanding that, and we won't go too deep into this part, but to create the best future life that you could have, right? The best way to create the best future life is to focus on improving who you are. Like, we need to start with really growing ourselves. And the best way to improve who we are and maximize our potential or pursue the best future version of yourself is to master the art of building habits and consistency and routine. So the concept of, I love the metaphor of being the sculptor and the clay, seeing yourself as malleable, seeing yourself as changeable, seeing yourself as sculptable, and also seeing yourself as that sculptor. Well, how do we do it? Because we can't just move our hands and change, how our brains work and how we see the world and how we show up and our skills and our abilities and our value and the way people see us. And so to see yourself as changeable and to be the one creating your future self, we need to understand the methods of how we actually can craft a different version of ourselves, reinvent ourselves, and maximize our future potential. And really, the one of the building blocks of that, there's a couple meta skills that go in there. One of them is doing things we're uncomfortable with, but one of them is just simply the comprehension of how to build habits. And everybody knows that habit creation would be valuable, but I don't think most of us have really approached it as its own skill. And to think of understanding how our brains work and how to rewire ourselves, we need to understand to be able to build consistency. Let's say you want to lose weight, you want to be more fit, you want to build a habit of reading or whatever it is, whatever the change you want to install in your life that would lead to a different future self that you would like even more than the one you have now. We all kind of know this would require habits and consistency and routine. I think we all generally know that. But we also, I think most of us would say that we've probably failed when we've tried that many times. Maybe we've succeeded a few times, but I bet there's not too many people listening that would say, oh yeah, every time I decide to make a change, create a new habit, instantly I just do it and I'm successful every time. And then I become a different version of myself 3 years, 6 months, 2 weeks later, whatever it is. I don't think anybody could say that because most of the time people fail when they try to create new habits, right? So why? And that's what we're going to be talking about Tuesday, 7 p.m. in the EmergePH community. And it's a free event. So I would invite you to join us. I'm going to be interviewing a few Filipinos in their 20s who I think are exceptional examples of people who've gone from not really having many habits, not really being in a place where they perhaps having many parts of themselves and their lives that they weren't very happy with, and realizing they needed to make some changes, and then actually applied themselves to understanding how habit forming works, and have started to master the art of creating habits and crafting their future selves by focusing on learning how habit creation works. So that's what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday, and would love to invite you to be there. If you would like to join, just message me or comment below, and I will private message you an invite, and would love to see you there. It's going to be on Zoom, and it's kind of intimate and just conversation style kind of Q&A. So if that's something that interests you, I would love to invite you to it. Also, if you have any comments on this topic in general, please feel free to post them in the comments. See you Tuesday.